Earth signs, there could be quite a pleasant shift in your affairs this week. Things could suddenly get momentum. You start to get into this territory of smooth sailing. It could even be a more affluence, a bit of money coming in, something that makes your life a lot easier. Now, it seems to be that after a period of pain or heartbreak, suffering, or just doing the hard yards, that this is now a time where you start to regain your hope of the future. And it could be because of a very helpful person or group of people who come in to give you material support. This could be financial, but it could be just moral support, or they could be backing an endeavor of yours, or they could just be wise counsel, people who can help you. So your energy, interestingly, to lean away from is the same card, the Three of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So it's saying, lean away from refusing help. So when these people show up with all their expertise and their knowledge, lean into it and say, yes, please, I would like this assistance. So under no circumstances should you try to embark on something, this kind of new situation, this sort of smooth sailing, affluence even, on your own. Energy to lean towards is the World card. So this is a massive expansion of your horizons, and it can be travel. This is really moving on to broader horizons and a whole new way of life, letting go of an old life cycle even. So let's see what else the universe wants to tell you about what feels like a very positive transition in your life into more ease and grace and possibly abundance as well. This is feeling to me as though you don't feel equipped, you don't feel you've done enough work to kind of reach this pinnacle or this new area of your life. There is, you have done a lot of work, but you're just not feeling the results of it. So you're not really feeling worthy. This is my card of fears, of, waking up in a panic in the night. And so you may just feel like this is more than you can manage. This kind of new opportunity that's going to open up your world, it's actually going to come in pretty suddenly with this wild card energy. So the universe wants you to know that you've got this, especially with the help of other people. You don't have to do it all on your own, whatever this is. It feels positive. And it does feel very healing after a time of separation and heartbreak. There is this new expansive feeling to your life coming in. So do take the time to breathe out. This may feel very sudden, but just, catch your breath, and there's no need to rush into things. It's a matter of just keeping yourself calm. It feels like you're about to embark on such a massive learning curve for the better. I feel like you're being propelled into a whole new life, and that you feel quite nervous about, how am I going to pull this off? But you have the wisdom, you've done a lot of this work already. Even if it doesn't feel like you deserve the results, for some reason it feels like, I don't know, the king dies suddenly and you're the new royal member of the household and you're stepping up to the throne, king or queen, and it's like, what? I knew this might come one day, but this is really full on. But there are wise people around you who are going to school you up, and you've got the wisdom to deal with this. You will be learning a lot, and it feels quite joyful. Look at the keywords on this card: learning, joy, art, music. So that might have some resonance for some of you there. But you are going to develop in new ways that you have not foreseen. So there is new knowledge, new skills, new talents that are going to be drawn out of you by this experience. It feels just wonderful, to be honest. So try not to be too scared about this situation here. Feels like you're offered a job that you never expected in a million years that you would get, but you have all the support here. There are people to draw on, and you are being urged to really move forward into your glorious new future. You won't falter, you will learn. Just keep your keep your shit together while you're just taking it all in, and don't do anything rash is another message that is coming through quite a bit this week for people. So what else do you need to know about this? Yeah, now this might have a bittersweet tang to it, a bit like the king is dead, long live the king, because there are endings indicated here. Now it is going to launch you off into a new life, but there may be a little bit of sorrow here with the missing you card. So you might be entering a new realm that it feels bittersweet, because although you are being propelled forward, there is just some sadness here about your old way of life that you're leaving behind. This card, the Elephant, speaks of a long journey that you are going on, either physical, mental, or I guess emotional, one that will leave you wiser at the end. So again, more indications here of learning, of growing, new skills that might seem daunting at first. In fact, you may feel that your plans will be unsuccessful. There might be some kind of failure here, and maybe this is what this Three of Swords was showing originally, that there might be an ending that seems awful, but it does lend you to this new beginning. So maybe something does go wrong first for you, but you will be taken care of in a difficult time. And so there are people around to lean on. This does feel like it's ultimately working in your favor. It is a long journey of learning, of growing, new skills and talents. These new gifts will come to light. And you are being put on a path of much more ease, of more abundance and smooth sailing. It just feels like a bit of a scary start to things, where you're just being urged, just keep it together. You have the support you need. You're not going to fuck this up. And to just keep calm is really the overriding information that's coming through here. All right, one card to finish up. Everything is fine. Look at this. There might be a lot of painful stuff to deal with in this ending, but everything will be fine. So yeah, this did get a much more bittersweet twist than I first thought. I sort of skipped over this part of the reading that was there all along. But yes, there could be some kind of sorrowful event or painful event, or leaving a job that you love in order to take this new job. It might mean moving to a different place. Whatever the circumstances are for you, everything is fine despite all these fears and this sort of that make you feel frozen in place. This is the 10, this is the end of this, it's the pinnacle. Once you just get past this moment of fear, that's when everything will turn for you. So just keep remembering, everything is fine. Take time to breathe and trust that you are on a very important journey, or some new endeavor that is actually going to leave you with lots of unknown gifts. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. And now let's look at the energy for all signs for the week ahead. This is a bit of a mysterious one because it looks as though there is a fresh start happening. You may get a project that you are very fired up about that just comes to life, some kind of new opportunity, or it could be a person that you feel very passionate about, or maybe it's someone feeling passionate about you. But there is quite a bit of warning here about this. We've got not only the optical illusion card, but also the blinders. So it feels as though even if someone is not trying deliberately to pull the wool over your eyes, it feels like there is a bit of a murky truth, murkiness here to the information. So it is very hard to discern what is really going on here. Somebody may even be really telling you what they want to tell you without really giving you the full picture, and you might have to speak up and grab the microphone and ask a lot of questions and say, not so fast. This is very interesting because your energy to lean away from is really carrying on a burden, taking on more responsibility, biting off more than you can chew, because the ace, the overall energy for the week, is the beginning of the wands cycle, and the 10 is when you are so far down the track of your passion project that you're doing all the work and you still haven't quite completed it. So this is energy to lean away from. So it feels like you're not supposed to take more on this week. even though someone might be trying to sell you on something, sell you on this great idea or a great new relationship, really the energy to lean towards is this moving on, this sort of disappointed energy of pain and misery, letting things go that have sort of finished, grieving something, that is energy to lean towards. So you might have to disappoint someone by not doing all this work or taking on this burden for somebody else's bright idea. But let's see what else the universe wants to say here. Well, there's definitely an issue here around communication and knowledge, wisdom. The Page of Swords is not a very wise character. It is the student, if you like. Swords is all about information, ideas, and clarity. And the page by itself is very curious and eager to learn, but in the reverse, that sends a bad signal. It could be somebody lying to you or withholding the truth quite deliberately, and it may not be somebody who's very smart. So it's sort of very wise to question what you're hearing this week for this, whatever this new situation is that is cropping up. It seems to be to do with long-term stability. So it could be a career matter. It could be a sort of family finances matter. The Pentacles are all about money, but especially they're about financial long-term security and the ability to provide for your family and provide a firm foundation. This is great success is at stake, or there might be a lump sum of money at stake here. And it seems to be something to do with, could be a masculine energy. So that is in the cups, water sign energy of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But it could just be somebody very emotional, or this is an emotional issue. Now the King of Cups in the upright is very loving, is very protective, is very emotionally supportive and giving. So it seems unusual that this person would be acting in this way. So maybe this is you really feeling emotionally moved by somebody's plight or by this passionate idea that that they come to you with, that you have a lot of love for them. But look at this. There is the warning here of dealing with someone who is a bit egotistical. So Mars in the Leo 5th house there of creativity can provide a lot of sort of Leo-esque, look at me, Mars's energy, but it can be anger and annoyance. It can be violence. So whether this is to do with romance or children or matters of that nature, that is 5th house as well. Also gambling, taking risks. It's light-hearted fun as well, but Mars there in the keyword egotism says that somebody might be being quite selfish here. And it might be to do with 10th house matters, organization. Now, Mercury in the 10th house, this is Capricorn vibes. And tell you what, this card gives me the same vibes. Capricorn is all about status. It's about achievement over a long period of success that lasts. The ability to put in the hours, put in the hard yards and invest wisely to create this very secure sort of home life and or business. And this card says the same here, that Mercury is about the communication around 10th house matters of career and success and fame. It's also your public reputation. And so, yeah, organization, there might be a lot of back and forth about exactly how we're going to manage this. How are we going to organize this? And again, you're not really dealing with a full picture here. So there may be some kind of tension that needs resolving here. Now, it's saying inner conflict resolution on this card, but I'm taking it as conflict resolution. So this feels like a negotiation with someone who's being quite parsimonious with the truth or with all the facts and just telling you bits and pieces here. What else can the universe tell you here? What else do you need to know this week? Oh, I'll go to the big mystery deck. So this does look to be quite a good opportunity, or that it looks certainly at first glance like there is potential here for something lasting. So it doesn't have to be love, like this card, excuse the bum love heart on the back, but it doesn't have to be romantic, but that could be part of it. But somebody here is really not acting with the best of integrity, or maybe you feel like you don't have much power in this situation. But what you should be striving for here is equal give and take, and it feels like there is some balancing up to do, especially if you feel like you don't have the full picture. It feels like a good idea is to be prepared to walk away. Be prepared to disappoint someone if they're not being 100% open with you, or if things are just not adding up to an equal or fair deal here. Again, the children area is indicated. Now that could literally involve your children and how you look after your children, how you care for them, or issues relating to having children. Sometimes this card to me just says somebody is acting in a childish way. We've also got the coldness card out, so someone could be a little bit calculating, a little bit ruthless here. But they might be preying on your hopes and wishes for a better future, or your wishful thinking that this might actually all go well. The indications are that it may not. So look, just take all of this with caution this week. If there is some new excitement, passion, or project that pops up that kind of captures your interest, just be very wary that you don't have the full picture here, and God's sake, speak up for yourself. Ask all the questions and be prepared to walk away from anything that feels like it's too good to be true or is just out of balance. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. If you'd like your own personal reading on this topic or any other, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.